Okay, so thank you guys for coming. Now, before we start, because we have somebody new that hasn't had a reading before, I'm just going to quickly go over how this works again. I know some of you understand that, but for anybody that's watching at home and for anybody new, I want you to keep in mind that when we connect, your loved ones are not talking to me, they're talking to you. And they don't care if I understand the message or not. I am literally the medium. This is like the interpreter, the person in between. Your loved ones are not gone. They are still here in soul form, and the soul vibrates so fast that you can't see it with your physical eyes. The faster it vibrates, the more invisible it becomes, like the blades of a fan when they get going around real fast. So when they come to me, they don't use speech to communicate with me. They use energy. And so sometimes I will feel that energy through my senses. Sometimes they will show me things in what I call my library, which is my thoughts and feelings and experiences. They will show me whatever it is that they need to show me to get me to say what they need me to say, so you get the message they need you to get. But they don't give me the backstory on why they're telling me to say what they need me to say. And they don't communicate with speech. They use signs and symbols. So for me, it's kind of like playing Spirit Jeopardy with charades. Fun. I get the answer. I don't know the question. What's the question? Your loved ones are going to bring up things that are going on in your world right now, things that I can't know. They're going to bring up things that I call randomly specific, things that may seem very random, but are specific to what is going on in your life right now. They're going to bring up conversations you've had that you didn't think anyone heard. They're going to bring up thoughts you've had or plans that are coming up in your world. These are the things that they're going to bring up, but they don't give me the backstory to know why they're bringing something up. So here's what I mean. I had a reading recently, and the gentleman that I was connecting with, his mom gave me like a whole bunch of cereal. She just kept giving me cereal. And I'm like, why does your mom keep giving you all this cereal? And he starts laughing. He's like, because my sister was here today teasing me about the only food I eat is cereal. And he opened his cupboard and he had like 10 different boxes of every kind of cereal you could think of in his cupboard. Now that's what I mean about specific to you. But if I bring that message to you and I'm like, why is he showing me cereal, or why is she showing me cereal? And you're like, I don't know, you tell me. We're going to be here a while, you guys. They're not talking to me. I'm not in your life. I don't know why. Your loved ones are going to bring up the messages that are specific to things going on around you because they need you to know that they're there with you. My job is to teach you their communication so that you can communicate with them all day, everywhere you go. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so let's jump in. Becky, we're going to start with you. Yeah. Right. Your brother's like, he's funny because he's done this a couple of times. He's like, okay, I got this. I know how this goes now. We do the connection thing. I tell you all how I died all over again. Like, okay, well, you don't have to do that all over every time. He's like, no, 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 don't change it now. I finally understood the rules. Come on. He's funny. Okay, you ready to do this?
Yep.
Both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, slow this down. Got ya. Oh, he's definitely been here before. Okay, as he steps forward, he reminds me in the manner in which he passed, which was feels like overdose, if I'm remembering and feeling this correctly. Yep. And I think you were the one that found him. He takes me through that. He's reminding me on how painful that entire situation has been for you for so long. And I think this is why he's coming through with such humor. Because if you've ever heard me read before, you've heard me talk about distorted energy, right? Pain and grief. And it makes it trickier for me to hear him that way. So he's trying to make you laugh before we even connect to dissipate that. He's talking about how you've been hearing him lately, and he has so much relief for that. He's talking about how because you're able to see him in the present a little bit more recently, you've been receiving messages from him. He's literally giving you money, but not just dimes. He like gave you money. He's like, "Ah, I did that." Did you guys just receive some funds or some support somewhere?
Um, um, no, not really.
So when we're saying funds and support, I'm wondering if this is coming in the form of a raise or a promotion.
So I worked for a company before and I got laid off. It was a temporary one. And they told me like they have a job posting coming up. It's too good to be true, basically. But they were like, you are the person that's for this, but we have to go through the application, everything. You have to apply like a normal person. I actually have my interview on Friday. So I have been talking to him. I'm like, Billy, I'm asking you for this. Give this to me because, like, this is like a gold star pension, everything, the whole works. I'm like, this is what I need. Um,
You
and it's
understand
a
where
lot more
I'm
money.
at?
It's like 20,000 more than what I make.
I'm telling you, this, I got shivers up and down my whole body. This is what he's showing me. The second that you're here, he's giving you the money. He's like, "Ah, you're welcome. You're welcome." Like he's totally taking credit for that he synchronized. How many times has he brought you here and you've heard me say, ask them for what you want, be specific, and then just give them time to line it up. You did that.
Yep.
You said, this is what I want. This is the position I want. This is exactly how I want it. This is how much money I want. And then you let it go and you didn't stress. And boom, there it is. This
Yep.
is your brother helping you. He wants you to know that is him and that you've already got it. It's already done. Now, when Spirit says that, ask these two ladies in the corner here. I take that very seriously. When Spirit says that it is already done, they freaking mean it.
I will let you guys know if I get it.
He's like, hi, mom. Hi, mom. I got the rose, which is my symbol for birthday anniversary, a day that happens once a year. And I feel like I'm going to February. Who's got the birthday?
Um, my brother that passed away, his date of death, it'll be a year on Sunday. But then my other brother, we don't communicate anymore. He just, I don't know, like his therapist thinks that's best. His birthday's February 3rd.
See, okay. So here's the thing. Let me say this again. I got to slow him down. He's going really fast. Sometimes they throw a bunch of signs at me and I got to slow them down. He's saying, hi, mom. So he's validating mom because
He
I think
came to
she,
my mom in a dream. Like my mom went through you for a couple of readings. My mom was like, I want to do the reading, but I can't today. And he came and was sitting on her windowsill in her dream, and he was saying something to her, but she has no idea what he said. And she's like, if she mentions me, ask what he said to me. I'm
I
like,
know.
okay, mom.
I know what he's saying. That message was for you, I think. There's two messages in that. So, first of all, how many times have you guys ever heard me, Spirit, talk about having a window open? What does this mean? Means there's a window of opportunity for a soul to come in. He's sitting on the window. Are you expecting children? Are you trying to have more children? Are you wanting to have
No,
another baby?
no, that closed.
There's no opportunity around you.
Um, not
Here's
that
the thing.
I
The window is a message that if you they'll send that kind of message if you're not trying to have a baby and that would be a bad thing in your world right now or you would think it would be a bad thing. They'll send you the message of you've got a window open, which means that if there's a window of opportunity, there's a soul coming to you. So if this is
Yep.
not your life choice, close the window.
Oh, we closed it. We closed it.
So there's no possibility for you
No,
because
nope.
somebody is, your brother's appearing in a window. There's a window of opportunity. And this is either for a soul or for a person to come in.
Okay.
The message is that there's a window of opportunity coming in. So that's what the window means. When you see a window in there, the other thing is that he's playing the song Come to My Window in my head. It's like a song of like support. Melissa Etheridge or something like that, I think is who sings that song. That's the song that the music he's playing with that symbol in my head, which is like one of support. Now, when he gives you the rose and he takes me to February and you showed me distance or space, he put the heart around everybody, which is my symbol for healing and reconnection. And when you said that's what his therapist thinks is best, he said, for now, this is just temporary. He wants to remind you, and he wants
Yep.
to remind mom as well. And he's like, but you know what? I'm dead. I can be with him all day long, and he can't tell me no. He's like, so I can wish him a happy birthday if I want to. And he's like,
That's I
totally.
st I still do that, like holidays or anything, I'll send him a text just so he knows I'm thinking of him. I'm not giving up on him, basically.
You know
To
what? That is all. I don't want to say that's all you can do. I want to say that is the best that you can do in these types of situations. That is the most loving thing that you can do, is say, hey, I don't expect anything from you. I just need you to know that I love you and I'm thinking of you. That's it.
Yep.
He's like so proud of you and wishing his brother a happy birthday. And again, that rose is like, isn't that interesting? You're here right around the anniversary of when he passed. And it's a last minute decision too. Did you just buy your ticket today? Oh yeah, you're one of the people that just bought it like an
Yep.
hour ago. See,
Yep.
he's like, I heard you in the timing thing. He's like, even the way we connected with him, like going, oh, you gotta come to me first. You gotta come to me first. That's his way of letting you know that he hears your thoughts. He sees everything that's going on in your world with you, and with you, with mom, with your other brother. And here's the thing, I can feel how much that's breaking your heart, having to give him that distance. You've already lost one brother. You don't want to lose another one. I'm telling you right now, you're not losing him. Your brother is telling me from the other side that this too shall pass and you guys will reconnect. He's going to be okay. And he's really proud of you guys for learning to love from a distance. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Enjoy that promotion. I can't wait. Let me know, because that's the first thing he said. "Ah, I did that. Keep asking me for money and make sure you tell your husband that he did that, because he doesn't believe that he can do stuff. So he's like, you tell him I can do stuff.
Actually, the last time you said that we were going away on a vacation, and I finally think I got him convinced. Not this year though, next year. I think we're gonna go to Florida. Um, Something happened I saw on Facebook, something about if we're from Canada, so if we drive to Detroit, which is 30 minutes from us, and we fly to Florida that way, the kids don't need their passports. And then we looked on Disney and there's like a bunch of savings, so we were talking about it and I think I got them on board.
See your brother, as you're talking about this, he's like, "Ah, I know. See, sometimes you have to be patient when you give it to them and let them line it up for you. But that is a perfect example of how they will gather together the components that are needed to make it possible.
It was just ads on my Facebook and like little posts. Like I never knew about the passport stuff. It showed up right after that meeting. And then like the Disney thing. And then I'm like, I'm just going to see what it costs to stay on Disney and everything and spend. And it was just like, there's a bunch of savings if you do this day and this day. I'm like, oh, okay.
Coincidence means, co means together, incidence means happenings, together happenings. Coincidences, like you just described, are your loved ones and angels in spirit using together happenings to guide you along your way towards what you've asked for. They don't have a physical body to wrap their arms around you and hug you and say, I got you, I'm helping with this, I'll convince them. They use together happenings to make it happen. They're pure energy. Those are energy. Synchronicity and alignment, that's his language. He's still here and still loving you guys. I'm really proud of you. And I feel like you might be going a little sooner than that, even. Um, and it's going to be even cheaper than you expect. But it feels like you got to have this is beneficial though, because you're going to need a good year to be in the new job and make a good permanent foothold before you take off on a vacation. But it's almost like he's like, wait, you'll be in that job for a year, and I think it's something like this, and that job's going to come with like paid vacation benefits even more. And it's
It
something
does.
like, not only are you going to have like a cheaper vacation, but they're going to pay you to go on the vacation. He's like, see, I'm good. He's pulling his energy back, hon. I hope that that's helpful.
It was. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, Nicole, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
Okay, your heart, put it back in your chest. Ha, did you just get nervous? Did it just start?
Yes.
I know, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you're gonna make me choke. Who is it that you want me to connect to today, hun?
I don't know. There's like a couple people I'm thinking about, but
I know that's why I see some in these groups, you got to give me a focus because you have a lot of people around you. So if you don't give me a focus, then they all try to come through and I could be a while. So you got to give me your focus so I can go right to the person that you want me to connect to.
uh, his name is Matt.
Okay. That's all I need. That's all I need. Okay. You ready to do this, hun?
Mm-hmm.
Both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath. Picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, hun. I didn't explain the puzzle dump the first time. I just jumped right in because she's done it before, but I'm going to explain this part to you. This beginning part is what I call the puzzle dump because that's kind of what it feels like to me. So like when you're building a puzzle, you have to dump out all the pieces and then organize those to figure out how they fit together. When we do that connection exercise, there's a huge amount of information that washes over my senses, but because I'm not in your life, I'm not exactly sure how that fits. So what I'm going to do is explain everything that I'm picking up, and then we'll go back and figure out how that fits, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. He steps forward. This person steps forward, and I can definitely feel that they passed before we would think of as their time. I see sudden, unexpected, or traumatic passing. I taste blood, which is my symbol for tragedy. Does not necessarily mean that there was blood involved. It just means that's my symbol for tragedy. My head hurts. There's a lot of pressure around here, and I got a lot of nausea. Now, the thing you have to keep in mind about when they step forward with me is that they take me through their passing from their experience, not yours. And this is what he's doing. He's taking me through. I feel the pressure here, the pain in my head, a bit of spinning thoughts or inability to communicate before I pass. I can feel like the just very sudden and unexpected passing. And he's emphasizing no pain, no pain, though he stands up on the other side. He's like, look, I'm all good. I'm all in one piece over here. You got to tell her I'm good over here. I'm good. He's literally playing that song. I'm good. Da 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 da. Anyway, slow down, buddy. Slow down, slow down. I can feel the distorted energy around his passing. Now, what I mean by distorted energy is pain, grief, or trauma around somebody's passing can distort the energy field a little bit, making it trickier for me to connect. Kind of like water will distort sound. So you can still hear underwater, but it might sound like this. And then he steps forward and he said, make sure she knows I dressed up for her. There is a huge amount of love coming from this soul to you as well. So now I'm going to go back, and is some of that making sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Who is this to you, hun?
He was like a client I had on my caseload, and he died of an overdose.
Yeah. And as you say that, he's showing me the brain scoop, which is my symbol for how he doesn't want you to remember him that way. He doesn't want you to remember him that way. Here's the thing. He said, it was not your fault. It was not your fault. It was not your fault. That's what he doesn't want you to remember. He said, there is no coulda, woulda, shouldas. And he's making me feel like you did everything you could. When you say a client list, you're talking about working with people with addictions. Was he homeless as well?
No, I mean at one point he was,
Because that's what
but
I'm
he
saying. He
wasn't.
showed me homelessness, and then he showed me a period of recovery, and then a period of relapse. It's interesting because on the other side, he jumps up and he's like, tell her how good I look over here. I dressed up for her. I totally dressed up for her. Why do you feel so much responsibility? Because he's literally emphasizing take that and throw it out. There was nothing that you coulda, woulda, should have done differently. He's taking responsibility for this. Do you understand?
Hmm.
Why do you have like a feeling of responsibility around this passing, hun?
Um, I don't know, because the last time that I seen him, like I feel like I could have said more, and that was like a few days before he passed away.
Yeah. You know what? Did you go to his funeral?
Yeah.
Because he said thank you for going. And here's the thing, this man is like whistling at you. He's playing You Are So Beautiful to Me in my head. He's like flirting with you and hitting on you. And I know that that's probably inappropriate, but he's like, hey, I'm not in that broken body anymore and I look good. I want her to know how much I really liked her. The thing is, he keeps showing me those spinning thoughts. He was just, you understand, some people are just broken, right? They just do not know how to function in this world without those substances. You know what I mean? That was this soul. He's making me feel like that was his coping mechanism, and something happened that had nothing to do with you. It feels like a coping mechanism. He went back to something. Sometimes we start doing drugs, or we find a coping mechanism that helps us get through a traumatic time, and then we keep doing that coping mechanism because it saved our life once. But now that coping mechanism becomes the very thing that takes us down. That's how he's making me feel. Like he had a history of a lot of pain, and whatever that substance was what he used to heal himself, and he didn't know how to be in this world without it. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
None of that has anything to do with you. And then he laughs at you. He's like, you're not a miracle worker. You were just his favorite. Mm. Who's the female that's here too? She just pushed him out of the way. She's like, out of the way, buddy, it's my turn.
I don't know. There could be a couple.
I saw Grandma Gush, which is my symbol for I love you, I love you, I love you. How you see it in movies where grandmas are like, oh my God, I love you. Slow this down. She definitely had an inability to communicate before she passed. Stroke, aneurysm, dementia, Alzheimer's, something like that. Was definitely in a state of inability to communicate before she passed.
My grandma.
She's like, all right, this guy doesn't get all the time. You come before a lady like this that can actually talk to them? You better be bringing me through, girl. She's so proud of you and who you've become. And she's showing me this. Like, this is my symbol for the breaking of an addiction. Now, I know that you're probably an addictions counselor or something like this, but she's showing me this for you as well. There's many
Yes.
different types of addiction in this world, too. You understand what she's talking about here?
Hmm.
She needs you to know that she sees everything on the other side, and that um, she's hugely proud of you. Slow this down. I think your grandfather must be there as well because she's cheating. She's bringing another person through. She's like, I don't care. You said one, two people, too bad. We got three. Shut up. He's here too. She's bringing forward the father figure on the other side. Is your grandfather on that side as well?
No, my grandfather on my dad's side, though.
So isn't that cute? Because she's bringing him through as well. So why are they giving you a car, Nicole? Do you need a new car?
I just got a car.
Okay. So what I mean, they're going to bring up randomly specific things going on with your life, and they're showing me a car and giving you a car. And I heard ask and you shall receive. So what that tells me is you probably asked for help, whether you prayed for help or you just were thinking about the help that you needed. They were able to help align that in your world for you. There was some help they provided with that. Do you understand that?
Hmm.
And I see a ring. Are you engaged? Are you married?
I'm married.
I think they attended your wedding in spirit. Was one here and one passed when you got married?
Yes.
Because that's
Oh, wait. Like my no, both of them were passed, but my grandma's husband, my grandpa, walked me down the aisle. Yeah.
I got you. So that's what she's talking about. She's talking about she was up there and the grandfather was still here, and she attended your wedding in spirit. What does this mean? Um, I feel kind of bad because the young man over there, he's like, she has to talk to me. Sorry, I tried, he said. I don't know if you have kids. Why am I seeing Oscar the Grouch and like Cookie Monster?
I don't know about Sesame Street, but I do have kids.
Did your grandma used to babysit you when you were little?
Uh, no, not she lived in BC.
I'm going back in time. So I'm going, they're taking me, showing me time lapse, and I'm going back. And do you have another sibling? Is there you and another sibling, or two other siblings plus you? Because she said two.
There's three other siblings plus me.
Interesting. So is there, now she's getting specific here. And I'm not sure what she's getting at here. She's taking me back in time. I'm not sure when your grandma passed, but she's very much trying to show me all the events that she has been able to witness since she's been there. Must have been some time. Because
Mm.
I'm seeing like old Sesame Street shows and stuff like that, like watching over kids growing up. Like, how long has grandma been on that side?
Uh, since 2020, I think 2019.
That's not an extremely long time. She won't stop playing Sesame Street in my head. And when I ask her, what is this about? She takes me back to like, I feel like the 70s. I'm dating myself now. Back to like the 70s, 80s. And you don't look old enough for that. But they can only use what's in my library. So I think what she's trying to say is I just got it. Sorry, took me a second. Sometimes I'm slow. On that side, spirit has access to all of time. They can go to the past, the present, the future. And she's showing me going back and watching over the kids sitting in front of the TV. We'll get to the numbers of the kids in a second here, but she's watching over the kids in front of the TV. And I'm like, why is she doing that? Like, I don't understand. Was she alive then? She couldn't have been. She's watching you when you were a kid watching TV. And you're like, no, she passed in 2020. On that side, she had access to all of time. Why would she go back in time? Because you said she lived a distance away from you. So she didn't get to spend a lot of time with you when you were that age. So that's sometimes spirit will do that. The first thing they'll say when they step forward is that they had a chance when they passed to go back and spend that time with you as a child and watch over you and kind of watch your whole life up until now. And now she's watching you be a mom now. How many kids do you have?
2.
Say, I knew it was going to make sense in a minute. That's what she's saying, is that now she's watching over you and the 2 kids. But she went back and spent that time with you through your entire childhood up until now. She needs you to know that she didn't miss anything. She regrets not being able to have that time with you in the physical world. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it takes me a while to understand the translation. She's very kind, your grandma, I'll tell you that, because she's bringing forward the grandfather, which is dad's dad. Am I getting that right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because she's bringing him forward as well. She's kind of up there making sure that he gets his turn. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Your grandfather showing me my symbol for choices and decisions on where I was laid to rest, or how I was laid to rest, the choices and decisions that were made around his passing. I feel a lot of gratitude and peace with however they laid me to rest. So I'm not sure if that is that he was buried or that he was cremated, but I know usually when they show me that sign, it means that it can mean a few things. Hold on. Was he buried?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
So
It was
he's
a long time ago. I was a kid.
So this is being recorded. They love it when this is being recorded. Sometimes they'll give you a message for you. that you don't know, so that when you tell your family or you ask your family and they're like, yeah, how did you know that? They know it came from them, and it's being recorded so they can see it for themselves. There's something about him wanting the family to feel peace around the way he was laid to rest. So sometimes they will emphasize that kind of message if we had to do things a little differently than what we thought their wishes were, or if we cremated them instead of burying them and we thought they wanted to be buried instead of cremated. You see what I mean? Something like that. All I know is he's very much offering a lot of gratitude for the way they laid him to rest. Was this heart or something? Because he also shows me quick, sudden, unexpected passing.
No, I don't think so. He suffered for a while, I think.
See, when you say that, he goes, say it again. I pass very quickly. See, they take me through it, their experience, they're passing from their experience. And then my head hurts again. Something happened very quickly in his world, and then I feel the pressure in the head, but I don't feel any other pain when I pass. I just feel like I take my last breath, I feel some pressure in the head, but I'm on the other side. So from his experience, he wasn't suffering anymore, put it that way. He wasn't suffering anymore. It's interesting. He's showing me the soul tethered to the body, which is when they show me the soul tethered to the body with like the spiritual umbilical cord, that's their way of letting you know that their soul was not in the body experiencing the pain of the body, but they stayed with the body until the family is ready to let go, until their soul's ready to cross over, but he's wanting to reassure them that he did not feel a lot of pain. It was a lot quicker for him than it was for them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there somebody that we're missing before I let them pull their energy back? Or is this young man wanting something else to say? Do you see what I mean? Was there somebody else that you wanted to come through here that I didn't bring through today?
I is there one? Is there another one? I don't know.
Well, I feel like I've got one last message that I'm trying to bring through, and it feels similar to the young man, which is like sudden, unexpected, traumatic passing, a younger soul. And that's why I'm saying I'm not sure if it's still this young man or if this is another soul that's kind of similar. But I do know there's still a message that hasn't been delivered.
Okay. Yeah.
Who is this to you?
He was just one of my friends.
So he's not going to miss his opportunity. Was he dating somebody that you knew?
Yes.
Because he showed me gratitude, and then he took the hand of somebody that was close to you. Slow this down. He's feeling a lot better on that side, I have to tell you. There's something about nausea or because he's showing me the body scan, which is more than one issue or pain throughout the body. But I have those dizzying thoughts as well. I wonder if this is like, if he's saying that he had a lot of dis-ease in the body. Was this like accident? He's taking responsibility for his passing, not intention, but responsibility, which is different than intention. Does that make sense? How did he
Mm-hmm.
pass?
He committed suicide.
Interesting. And when you say that, my throat, I can't breathe. How did he do that?
He shot himself.
It's interesting because he's emphasizing I did not intend for this to happen, and he's taken me to those thoughts again. Here's the thing. Sometimes, was he inebriated or drunk or you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is what he's saying. See, I don't know what he's talking about at first until all the messages come through. The first thing he did is he stepped forward and he showed me the girlfriend that he left behind. He showed me that he had a lot of pain inside that he didn't know how to make go away. And then I felt the head, right? And then he showed me the dizzying thoughts. Now, what I think he's trying to say here is that his passing had nothing to do with her. that he didn't intend to die, that he didn't intend to leave her that way. He didn't intend for any of this to happen. He was intoxicated. He wasn't in his right mind. He wasn't all up here. If he had have been, he never would have done that. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
He's emphasizing that again and again and again. And he's like, please let her know that I would never have done this. I can feel the pain. Like there's a lot of guilt left over. Like she feels like it's her fault. Do you understand that? He's definitely apologizing for this. And reiterating again, like wrong place, wrong time. I feel like, where did this even come from? Like, how did he even get access to a gun? Like, there's something about synchronized, right place, right time, right moment. Like everything just kind of lined up and it happened in a state of intoxication. I'm not feeling pre-planning here. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is extremely important that you emphasize this to her. He did not pre-plan this. He did not intend for this to happen. That he loved her very much and that he didn't mean to leave her that way. And I think he's just sad that things went down the way that it did. And now she feels like, I can just feel that pain. I don't even want to describe it. I can just tell you, I can feel that pain. So if you could please pass on a message of I'm sorry and I love you and I'm okay on the other side. I'm not in any pain anymore. And he's thanking you for everything that you did to help heal her heart after this happened. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Is she dating somebody new now?
I don't know. I don't talk to her.
Because she had a bit of an addiction or something like that as well, correct? Because he's showing me this. He's working hard on trying to help her, I'll tell you that. He has not given up on her. Hurt people sometimes hurt people. You know what I mean? And pain can cause people to go deeper into levels of addiction. But he's not giving up on her, and he didn't want to interrupt your reading, but he wanted to take a moment and pass this message on that I know that you tried to help her. I know that you did everything that you could in that scenario, but sometimes the best thing you can do to help somebody is to let go, right? You have to realize at some point that if you keep trying to help them, you're only going to sink you too. And so he's really proud of you for that and wants you to know that he's watching over her on the other side as well. And they can use synchronicity and alignment to help bring that healing into her world. So don't feel bad about that distance. Not that you feel bad, but there's like a reassurance that this isn't the end of that relationship. And she is going to get some help coming up in the future. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Aw, your grandma pushed them away again and grabbed her cheeks, and she's just like, I love you so much. Just know that she's there. She loves you so much. She hears everything that you're saying, and that when you tell them what you need, they will bring it in. She's like, don't forget, it was me and Grandpa that brought you the car, not these guys. She wants you to keep talking to her, and then she gave you the rose, birthday, anniversary, a date that happens once a year. I don't know if this is around her or you, or if your birthdays are close together, because I see my 2 dates close together as well. How do you
Mm-hmm.
understand that?
My birthday is the end of August and hers is early September.
There, that's exact. So know that she's still with you and that they're all with you, watching over you, really proud of the work that you're doing in this world. And that young man, he said, now you go out there and keep making a difference and kick ass in this world, because you really did make a difference in his world. And there was nothing you could have, would have, or should have done any differently that would have made any difference, that would have changed, given him coping skills that he's never had his entire life. That was not about you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're pulling their energy back, hon. I hope that this was helpful.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, Cheyenne, are you ready for me, hon? If you are, you got to take your mute off. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go.
Oh,
Were you busy earlier, hun?
uh, kinda. No, not really.
Because you responded in the chat. Usually when people respond in the chat, instead of just responding to me, it means I'm doing something. Don't come to me yet.
No, I was having a hard time figuring out this thing here.
Oh, welcome to my
And
world.
chat was the first thing that I seen.
Okay. So have I read for you before, hun?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay. Who is it that you want me to connect to today?
My cousin Yolanda.
Okay. Oh, she's a lively energy, isn't she? Have I brought her forward before?
No.
Interesting. Because they're being very humorous today, and she's like, I learned from that other guy, the way that we break through the distorted energy is by being funny, right? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm back, bitches, I'm back. So please forgive, don't shoot the messenger. I'm sorry. I think she's really trying to be funny.
No, that sounds exactly like her.
Okay, are you ready to do this, hun?
Yeah.
All right. Both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me, and give me a minute to focus. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Slow this down. Okay. Hun, as she steps forward in the puzzle dump, she said, we're going to take this real slow. It's like, okay. Is she very recently passed?
Yes.
Now, why is she showing me cuts? Was she a cutter, or was there cuts all over her body?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think I'm seeing cutting. Do you know what I mean about cutting?
Yeah, I kind of think I know what you like. I do know what you mean, but
Because as she steps forward, she shows me this. She shows me spinning thoughts. She's making me feel like she had a long history of not being clear in the mind and having a lot of pain in her heart. Do you understand that?
yeah.
Because the first thing that she does when she steps forward is she shows me this, and she's showing me all the different ways that she tried to cope with this, and that now that she's on the other side, she's so beautiful over there, and she has no more pain, and she's literally playing the song Scars in Heaven. Have you ever heard that song by Casting Crowns?
Yeah.
She needs you to know she's not in any pain on that side. And I don't know if she got hit by a car or how the heck this happened. If this is, she's not exactly showing me the how of it. She just makes me taste blood, which is my symbol for trauma. That it was very sudden and unexpected. It wouldn't surprise me if this was overdose as well, but all I know is that she takes me the opposite, actually. She takes me to the dizzy. Usually for overdose, I feel like I can't breathe, spinning thoughts, and then I pass. But for this, I feel like I'm not in my mind. And then I'm on the other side. How did she pass, honey?
She overdosed.
So she's wanting you to know that she didn't even struggle to breathe. She let go mentally. Like, it's almost like her soul stepped out as soon as she realized that there was no going back from this. That was not an addiction that just came up out of nowhere. That was not just flirting with a substance, a one-time thing. This is somebody who had an on again, off again relationship with this substance for some time. Yeah.
Yep.
She's sorry that she left that way. I'm seeing a note or writing. Maybe it's not a note. Maybe it's writing. No, it feels like suicide notes. But I don't, it's interesting. It's almost like, did she try to commit suicide before?
Not. I'm not. I'm not so sure about that. Like I knew she was hurting, but Like, I don't know if she tried doing it before or previous.
Because I feel like there's something about notes that were left behind or letters that were left behind. Now, it doesn't feel like this was suicide, but it feels like there was something about before. Like, I don't, either she tried to commit suicide before, and then we thought that she was okay now, and then there's the shock of that now. There's a feeling of like, remember how they said earlier there's a difference between responsibility and intention? She's kind of on the border here. It's like I'm responsible. It's not that I intended to die, but I didn't really give a shit either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Distance or space. She's showing me distance or space, which is my sign that there was distance or space around the two of you before she passed, either physically or emotionally. And I saw like 6 months. How do you understand that? Had it been a little while since you guys had talked before she passed?
Yeah.
About 6 months.
About a week after, or I messaged her the day before she killed herself, but she just never replied to me.
Got ya. Got ya. So it's hours, not months.
Yeah.
She's, again, this is why she's taking me to the spinning thoughts, because she needs you to know she was not in her mind. She was not in her right mind. She wasn't able to respond. She would have if she could have. Why is she saying nice jammies? Are you in your jammies?
Yeah.
See, I can't know that. I can't even see you. She can see you. She's like, I'm not gone. I'm here and I am not in pain anymore. There's something about a broken relationship as well, or an abusive relationship would almost the way it feels. I don't know if the relationship itself is abusive or being in this relationship makes me feel hurt in some way, shape, or form. Do you know what she's talking about?
No. Like, well, I know that hers wasn't the greatest.
She was in a relationship, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand what she said. She didn't like the way I worded it because she's not calling him abusive. But what she's trying to say is that now that she's clear on the other side and she's got a clear mind and she's not in pain anymore, she can see that that relationship was not good for her and it wasn't good for him. It was toxic for the both of them. I don't think she wanted to hear that in the physical world. She wanted to keep him with her. And sometimes if we keep a toxic person, or sometimes a relationship can be toxic. It doesn't mean that either one of those people are evil. It means that the energy together creates a toxic environment. But because she loved him, she didn't want to let go of that. So that toxic environment just makes us feel worse and worse and worse and worse until something like this happens. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She knows that now. I don't think she could see that here when she was here, but she knows that now. There's still something about the writing or the letters, honey. I'm telling you guys, she left you letters. She left somebody letters. How long has she been on the other side?
About 5 months now.
You know, she kept a journal or something.
Uh, I honestly like don't know. It's been a while since like I've talked to her, but like we would talk on the phone all the time. It's just the distance thing. Like we used to be really close when I was living like at home, and then we just our friendship just stayed, our like conversation just stayed through Facebook pretty much.
For like the last 6 months. Is that why she was taking
Yeah.
me back 6 months as well? Showing me
Yeah.
that really changed over the last 6 months or so?
Yeah.
She doesn't want you to feel bad about that, hun. Let me tell you right now. She's proud of you for that. She said, don't be beating up on yourself for that. She's like, what would be worse? You think that you feel bad now, knowing that you didn't tolerate that? Because the part of the reason why you distanced from her was because of her behavior and because of the space she was in. Yes?
Yeah.
And so what did she just say? The toxicity that came out of the relationship made it so bad for her that you know, that she didn't want that for you. She didn't want you to force yourself to be around somebody who is in that state of mind and make you hurt too. She's very proud of you for having the strength and the courage to separate yourself from that and to make your position known that you didn't approve of that. Because as bad as it feels now, knowing that you had to put that space there, how much worse would it feel if you didn't put that space and then this happened? Now you would feel responsible that you could have, should have, would have done something differently. Yeah?
Yeah.
She doesn't want you to regret that. She wants to thank you for that because you were right, she said. You were absolutely right. It took her to exiting the physical body to be able to see that, but you were right. And she didn't want to. The only thing worse than her being gone, she said, would have been if she had pulled you down with her. And it's not an accident. You hear me saying all the time, you guys, that the order that these messages come through in, and when spirit groups you guys together in these groups, it's not an accident. Who is here today? Remember what the messages that were just coming through before, that we had a lady here who witnessed somebody passing, and now she's dealing with addiction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she doesn't want her passing to bring about all that pain for you as well. She wants you to know that she was proud of you for placing that boundary and that she is okay on the other side now, and she's healing on that side, and she's working on this, and she is, when she comes back here again and she reincarnates again, she's going to kick that addiction's ass this next life. Just like you did. Oh, I heard that, just like you did, and I see the breaking of an addiction. Yours doesn't feel nearly as heavy, doesn't feel like the same kind of addiction that hers was, but you definitely kicked some kind of addiction in your life as well. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
She's so proud of you. She needs you to know that she's safe and at peace on the other side, and she's still communicating with you. She's showing me, hold on a second here. I feel honored twice, which is interesting. She's only been gone for 5 months, so it's not like we've had, either she had 2 ceremonies or we honored her in 2 places, or do you understand why she would show me that?
Kind of. My family had a big dinner in honor of her for Christmas, is one that I could think of.
And so your Christmas dinner, you did that in honor of her and you said that out loud and she knew that? That would make sense because she's showing me that you had the celebration for her, but she was honored a second time as well. So she was there for that. She's showing me all the signs. She's like desperately trying to let you know that she's communicating with you. And I'm seeing the blinking lights, flashing lights, literally hearing the song Flashing Lights. Have you seen a bunch of flashing, blinking lights around you recently? Have you noticed?
Um, when I was in the hospital, like I noticed I was like on the phone with my nephew, like video call, and like in the camera from my side, the light was flickering on the screen, but it wasn't in the room.
Soon as you said I was in the hospital, I saw a whole bunch of stuff as soon as you said that. Are you the lady that sent me the water thing?
Yeah.
Oh, honey. Okay. It's your dad that's standing behind her, yeah?
Yeah.
So as soon as you said that, he's like, right away, he's like, see, honey, I was there with you when you had your baby. I'm here with her now. I've got her. She's with me. I've got her. I got her. I got her. And he's like, and I'm going to teach her how to work this. Remember I said they were showing me all the signs? I'm like, slow down one by one. Your dad's like, I'm an expert at this. Don't worry. I got it. I'm going to teach her how to do all of this. Oh, is he ever excited about this baby? He's like, okay, I know you wanted to talk to your cousin, but can I say something, please? This is a baby girl you had, correct?
Yes.
And isn't that funny? She screams in the background right as he starts talking about her. He's showing me that that you're seeing her. Not only did he, and for any of you following at home who don't know what I'm talking about, Miss Cheyenne sent me a video of after she had her baby that in her hospital room, her dad literally turned the sink on, turns it off, and then she's like, "Can you do that again?" He's like, "Oh yeah, and do not ever underestimate the power of a father's love." Do you know what is this about her seeing him and following his orb or showing up as an orb as well? Do you have a video, baby? See, she's in the background. Ah, that's him. He's playing with her right freaking now. Do you have a video monitor?
No, we have like just the sound one.
It's a good thing because I think if you had the video monitor, it would freak you out because you're going to see orbs all over the place there. Why is he giving you Tupperware?
I don't know.
Like plastic cups and stuff. Like you have other children. Are they just not young? I don't know what this means. He's giving you like Tupperware, like plastic cups and plates and spoons and things like that.
Yeah, I have kids.
He put a big bow on it. Is there something about needing more Tupperware, needing more plastic dishes? Something about that?
My son actually goes through them like quite often, like school wise.
Must have been a recent conversation in the background.
Yeah, we were talking about it because well, he takes a sandwich in a Tupperware container. And he was saying it went missing, and then I found it the other day.
Hmm. So it went missing and then you found it. So Grandpa helped with that. This is what I mean. They bring up random things that are very specific to what's going on in your world because he wants you to know that he's there. And your cousin is that her uncle?
Yes.
Because he just hugged her and he said he's going to give her all the fatherly love and nurturing that he possibly can on that side. Like she needs it. Like he's going to try to fill her up with that. Did she have a strained relationship with her own dad, hun?
Uh, as far as I know, her and her dad had a relationship. I just don't know how good of a relationship it was.
Yeah, because your dad feels very nurturing. I don't know if he was that way here in the physical world, but I know on that side he's stepping forward like his mission in this life is to make sure that you know he's around, that he protects the family here and the family that's on that side and nothing changes. Feels like that was his kind of his personality here in the physical, and now that he's on that side, he's still taking it very seriously.
Yeah, my dad was a gentle soul.
He's an amazing man. I can feel that already. Like he's taking this young lady and saying, I'm going to love her up until it bursts out her ears. Don't you worry about that. He's hearing everything going on in your house. He's very much watching. I was going to say watching baby grow. He's like, yeah, tell me about it. She's already doubled in size.
Yeah, she definitely is growing pretty fast.
As he's pulling his energy back, hun, I know you want to talk to your cousin, but your dad took over. I'm sorry. They'll give me a sign or a symbol that'll bring somebody else forward, and that person is like taking over. But he's just so proud of you. He's so proud of the healing that you've done. He's so proud of it feels like you have overcome an enormous amount of hurdles over the last few years. It's like that's why that baby girl came to you. It's like a reward after all the healing that you've done. This baby girl is like, "Yep, I'm ready now. I'm coming now. I was waiting for you to line this up for me, Mom." And it feels like this baby girl is like your soulmate. It's like you and her have a bond that comes from lifetimes ago. Do you feel that? Do you feel what I'm trying to pick? Do you understand what I'm trying to describe?
That she was just meant for me.
Well, we love all our children the same, right? But
Yeah.
there's an extra special bond that is taking place between you and your daughter. It's like, I feel like you guys, when I say soulmates, what that means is that you've spent many lifetimes together. You're like best friends, soul best friends. And so when we incarnate, we often incarnate into each other's lives and play different roles because we're soulmates. So you've known her before. Aw. And as he's pulling his energy back, he gave her booties. Your dad gave her booties or socks or something like that. I think they're like really, actually, I'm wondering if they're like expensive shoes. He's like, yeah, for a baby. And I saw like the Nike symbol. Does she have like expensive shoes?
No, not yet, but she's got a lot of shoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So she's got like a shoe collection.
yeah.
That's what he's talking about. So he's going to bring in more. So, because if he knows that's what you like for baby, so watch for a pair of Nikes or Converse or something that's really expensive to line up in your world and be like 50% off or something like that. And then he gave you the rose. And I'm seeing her born right around another specific date or special date. And I saw the heart go around, which is healing and reconnection. Oh, I wonder if she was born around another time that often holds pain for you.
Uh, she was born 2 days before my dad's actual birthday.
See? That's what I mean. So she was born at that date and time to bring love back around Dad's birthday. He doesn't want you to feel sadness every year on his birthday. He wants you to know that he's right there. And for his birthday present was to send you that beautiful baby girl right around his birthday so that you would know that that was his gift from you, from him to you. That's his birthday present because she completes your family. He's like, snip, snip, buddy, snip, snip. Is your husband getting a vasectomy?
Oh, there's talk about it yet.
I would say, because your dad's like, snip, snip, buddy, snip, snip. Our family is complete now. Oh, he loves you so much. And your cousin is safe and at peace on the other side, honey. They're pulling their energy back. I hope this was helpful.
Oh, it was. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And let me personally thank you for sharing that beautiful water story with us, that video with us, because that's magical. Once you start learning how to communicate with spirit and they know that you can hear them and understand them, then they will communicate with you. And I want you to understand that the reason why your dad did something so dramatic was because he knew that you would understand. They're not going to do that kind of dramatic message to you if it's going to scare you. But the fact that he did that and you knew immediately that was your dad, didn't you?
Yeah.
And so that's why he did it. Spirit will do what they need, whatever they can do, and they can be miraculous like that if you believe. It is your belief and your faith and your ability to feel their presence through your heart, which keeps you from being afraid, which gives them the power to help in your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to let him pull his energy back.
One more thing before we get off. I keep seeing shadows. Like, do you know what that would mean? Like, just glances here and there.
That is your cousin. Remember she said she was flickering the lights? That's kind of what I'm seeing. It's funny. That's what I was seeing in my closet this morning when I was getting ready. So where my bedroom mirror is, my closet is behind me. So sometimes I have the closet light on. And as I was getting ready today, it was like flickering. And then when I kind of turned my head, I saw the shadow of something just in the corner of my eye. It's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as you asked that question, that's what I'm seeing. And your cousin was like, I'm telling you, I've been flickering the light. That's me. That's your cousin walking around behind you. trying to show you that she's watching over the baby and that she's there. Your dad's trying to teach her how to haunt you in a good way, although she hasn't figured out how for it not to be so scary yet. But that's her. That is absolutely her soul. Just that's why I see it as like a flicker of light, like that shadow. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just her trying to feel you, trying to get you to feel her presence. But kind of like, I love that actually. You asked that question right after your dad said that he turned on the faucet for you because he knew you wouldn't get afraid. He wouldn't get scared. Your cousin's like, well, why is she getting scared of my stuff? I'm like showing up as a dark shadow. Why are you getting scared of that? But he can turn water on and that doesn't scare you? She's so funny. You're a little bit psychic, my dear. In order to see those shadows and to be aware that there's people and things going on around you and to feel your dad's presence and not get scared in situations like that, you are psychic. Psychic doesn't look like somebody standing right here communicating with you. Psychic looks like all of your senses being highlighted. Sight, touch, taste, smell, sound, whatever it might be. It's a flash, it's a feeling, it's a smell, it's all of those things. The next time something like that happens, I want you to say, who is here? Now, if you get a really negative, fearful feeling, it's usually not a good thing. But if you say, who is here? And it's a loved one, that fear will go away because fear is usually just a lack of understanding. We don't know what it is, so we feel afraid. So if you say who's here and it's a loved one, they will get closer. You will feel their presence and you will know, just like you did with your dad. When the water goes off, you're like, oh, is that you, Dad? Yes, you feel his presence. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next time you see something like that, say, who is that? Boom. You're going to feel them and it'll be the first person you think of in your head. Makes sense? They all just want to come see the baby, hun. That happens very often when we have children, because not just that, but the children, the babies, up until 5 or 6, they can see them on the other side. So our loved ones love coming around our babies because what is the number one thing they always say to me? I don't want to be dead. I'm not dead. So they're going to come around if you're going to acknowledge them. If you ignore them, then why would they waste their time all the time? But babies always see them. They always acknowledge them. So your loved ones come around the babies a lot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And then your daughter squeals in the background, like, tell me spirit emphasis if I ever heard it. You're playing with her all the time. And they're really, really excited for you to finally get your girl. Oh, right. You've got 3 boys, 1 girl.
Yeah.
They're so excited for you to finally get your girl. And then your dad just goes, told you so. Nah. I don't know what that means. Okay, they're pulling their energy back on. I hope that was helpful.
It was. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Christina, Amy, who wants to go first? I know Timmy's here. He's playing with my nose, like literally got a feather up there, which is fun. Who's going first? Okay, Amy raised her hand. And Christina took her mute off. So whoever goes first, whoever gets their mute off first is going first. Usually I do you guys both at the same time, but we'll see, one at a time. Because your grandma steps forward around you as well. So I go to you, Amy. Your grandma steps forward and Timmy steps forward. He's very much playing with my nose. Have you had itchy face recently? Have you felt that?
I feel like it's because I'm all dry.
Right now?
No, not right now. I'm not itchy in the face. Oh, do you want to go?
No. I like to listen.
Okay. Let's connect and see what they have to say. Do you have a focus before we start, hun?
My aunt.
Is on the other side?
Mhm.
Okay. Why did she just say hello to me again? Okay, so hold on a second. This is confusing. I know I've read for you guys before. I don't think your aunt has ever come forward. I thought this was a grandmother because I know I've read for her before. The lady stepped forward. She's got Timmy with her, but she said hello again. I don't remember communicating with you with your aunt before. Have I brought her through before?
I think we had a little glimpse of her in my private reading I had with you.
Interesting. Okay. She just was like, all right, let's do this. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Both feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Aww. She just made me feel like she's getting the hang of this now. Like this is like the second or third time she's come through. I'm wondering if she is the same lady that I connected to a little while ago, a few weeks ago. She's taken me back not that long ago. I think I connected to a cousin of yours or something who asked to speak to the mom. Anyways, all I know is it feels like I've talked to her a couple of times. As she steps forward, she shows me the body scan, which is my symbol for more than one issue in the body or pain throughout the body. She takes me to the head. Slow this down. Which is like an inability to communicate, but that's just at the very end. She shows me my symbol for diagnosis, which is like cancer or something else, like something that we couldn't get rid of. It slowly just kept getting worse. You understand? It's like the pain in the body, and then it just got to the point where she couldn't communicate. And then she shows me the soul tethered to the body. So she was definitely in a state of not being able to communicate for a day or two before she passed. Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but you're spot on with like everything going on. She lived in Texas.
Yeah. Was this like 2-3 years ago? Not that long ago?
No,
Said
it's
two,
been a
three.
while.
She's going back a few years. Slow this down. She's got a mother figure with her. So is her mom on the other side?
She has to be.
Because she's stepping forward with the mother figure, and she puts the heart around the two of them, which is my symbol for healing and reconnection. Healing to have reconnection with the mother figure on the other side. And so glad to be out of that physical body, let me tell you. And I can smell cigarette smoke around her. Did she smoke as well?
Yes.
So she's still smoking on that side. That's so funny. Christina, she looked at you while you're smoking. She's like, yeah, I hang out with this kid. Do not let anyone tell you to quit smoking. I'm loving it. I'm like, what kind of message is that? They feel what you feel. So she's like, I'm talking to you, but I'm hanging out in Christina's house. Just saying. She's like honored that you asked to talk to her. And she's like got Timmy on her lap, just so you know. She's bouncing him around. She's playing with him on that side.
Yeah, they lived in Texas, her and my uncle, and they would come up, and it was the best. I loved hanging out with them.
She's showing me taking a whole bunch of pictures. As soon as you said something about the last time you saw them, she's like, picture, 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 picture. And then she was putting Timmy in a bunch of different outfits and taking pictures of him. And I'm like, why are we doing this? I'm almost like he's a Barbie doll. You know, when we're kids and we change their outfits just to like
Yeah.
their outfits? What's with the pictures? There's something about photography or taking a lot of pictures.
I don't know. I've been looking at my pictures a lot lately that I have in the house.
Is there professional pictures that were taken of the family?
My dad and them had only like, so my aunt was married to my uncle, who's my dad's brother. they had a family picture taken, and my dad always said that he never wanted to do family pictures after that because like he feels like everyone started dying.
See, this is what, when you connect with me, they're going to bring up stuff like that because she wants you guys to come together and do a family picture. She's like, as soon as you said that, she just put the X through and she goes, can we squash that, please? Can we make sure that everybody gets together and do a family picture? The only
Well,
way for your
we
dad.
did include some pictures, but of just the kids. We didn't include our parents.
That's what I'm saying. She's like, that's bullshit. You tell your dad that that's crap. That this family needs to get together and do a family picture. It's time. And it feels like it's a tradition that used to happen, but we stopped it. Your dad's fear stopped that. And she's telling him to stop it. She spun him around and kicked him in the butt. She's calling him a cranky old bugger. Sorry, Dad. That's not coming from me. That's coming from sister-in-law. And she's telling him to go do those family pictures because you're not going to regret it. And that, you know what? I'd rather have the picture. If they're going to pass, I'd rather have a picture than no picture. Whether or not we have the picture or not is not going to determine whether or not they pass, but at least you then have a picture. And I don't feel like anybody's going to pass after you take that picture. So if the only way to convince him that taking a picture doesn't kill people, so is to take a picture and watch everybody live afterwards. They're working on it. They're working on you too. And I'm like, what does that mean? She's like, the baby. She knows. She's like, we're working on baby with you, but it's a matter of taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You're still working on your health here. Me too. I put on 12 pounds since Christmas. Can you believe that? Look at my face. I can even see it. Back to fasting.
I'm not like gaining any weight or anything, but like this is my first time without my MS medication because I can't have it to have a baby. And I'm so tired. And COVID kicked my ass, and I'm just so tired all the time. Like I'll do everything I can, and I have burst of energy, and I'll do what I can, and then I'm just straight up exhausted. I'm eating better, I'm drinking better, and that's super helpful, but I'm still just so tired.
So sleep. This is, you understand that your body is now catching up. When you're sleeping, that's a good sign. That's a good sign that your body is healing, because when we're in healing, we get tired. When we're sleeping, that's when our body goes to work in doing the healing. So the fact that you're eating better and making these changes and now you're tired, that's a very good sign. But she said you have to go to bed earlier. That part of the problem is you're staying up too late. And so here's something that
I'm having trouble. I had a medicine that helped me fall asleep, but I had to stop taking it for baby. And so it's just, I'm having a hard time falling asleep now.
Okay, so let me tell you this. That medicine helped you fall asleep when you stayed up too late. Here's the thing, because I want you to understand how this works. Our bodies have a natural circadian rhythm, okay? And so if you can get your body in that natural rhythm, you're not going to struggle anymore. But you have to be able to get into the natural rhythm. Now, our bodies are designed to sleep within a couple of hours of the sun going down and to wake up with the sun. Now, if you're having trouble going to sleep at night, you didn't get up early enough, because if you get up early enough, you're tired, aren't you?
I get up at 3:30 every day for work.
And so by the end of the evening, you're exhausted if you don't have that nap during the day, right?
I try not to take a nap at all so I can go to sleep at night.
And so then when you go to lay down at night after being up at 3:30 in the morning, if you go to bed on time, you go right into sleep and you stay in that deep sleep for the entire night. If you miss that window and you go against your circadian rhythm, then it is very difficult to get into that sleep cycle and stay asleep. Now, there's a reason why they call the night shift the graveyard shift, because the working against the circadian rhythm, the natural circadian rhythm, will take years off of your life. So what you're experiencing right now is that you have to discipline yourself to go to bed when you need to go to bed, and you'll have no trouble. What you were doing before is you're telling your body, nah, I don't have to listen to the circadian rhythm. I'll go to bed when I want to go to bed. I'll just take this drug and it'll knock me out. Ha ha. You kind of have learned to do it that way in the past. So now you've got to do it the natural way. Does that make sense? But it will switch over. Just know that if you discipline yourself to go to bed a little bit easier or a little bit earlier, you will sleep easier, and you will begin to start waking up with more energy, a little bit by a little bit by little bit, as your body starts to heal. I don't want you to look at this situation that you're in right now as I've done all this work to heal and it's just making me tired. I want you to understand that that tiredness is your body healing. This too shall pass. It won't stay in that tired feeling for a long time. It's a cycle. It can't. It's impossible for anything to stay the same always. It will come in cycles. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So know that this is a sign that you are doing the right thing, that you are on the right track. And the only thing that they could suggest that you do even a little bit differently is to go to bed a little bit earlier, and you will fall asleep.
Okay.
She just pointed at your husband. She said, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that now?"
Yeah, he's like a night person. Like he stays up, and he had to get up very early this morning for his work inventory. And wow, was he so cranky. He's like, I don't know how you get up at 3:30 every morning. And I was like I have to. I got to go to work.
Then if you're going to get up at 3:30, then you probably have to go to bed by like 8, by 9 at the very latest.
Yeah, so like the latest I ever try to go to bed is 9. The earliest I go to bed is like 7.
You know what's really interesting is that before I started doing all my fasting and healing and stuff like that, right? I used to only get 5 or 6 hours of sleep a night. And I would tell people I can function best on 5 or 6 hours of sleep a night. Then I started healing, and that was not nearly enough. And to this day, there are many times that I will finish doing supper, cooking supper for my kids. I'll eat supper and then I take a break. And within an hour, I'm out cold. By 7 o'clock at night, I'm passed out, and I don't get up at 3:30. I get up at 4:30 or 5 in the morning. But by 7 o'clock at night, I'm out cold, and I will set the alarm on my phone for 9 o'clock so that I can get up at 9 and put my 13-year-old to bed. Otherwise, if I don't set the alarm, he'll just wander around all freaking night. And you didn't tell me to go to bed. That's teenagers for you. So I gotta set the alarm on my phone, make sure I get up and put him to bed. But now that I'm healed, I need double the sleep that I did when I was not healed. Because when I was not healed, I didn't know that I wasn't healed. I didn't know that 5 or 6 hours sleep was part of the reason why I was not healed. In order to be healthy, we need 8 to 10 hours of sleep. I certainly function best off of 9 or 10 hours of sleep every single night. 8 sometimes isn't even enough. 7, not even close. Once I'm giving my body what it needs, I am healthier, I function better, clearer mind, all of that. I sleep better, all of it. So you're on the right path. You just gotta time out the when to go to sleep and prioritize it. And if your husband's still up, then he has to also help, like at least keep it down for that time so that you can sleep. You know what I mean? He needs to support that, because you getting healthy is the goal here, right? Aw. Your aunt's really proud of you for this. I don't think you're the only person in the family that had MS, because she's talking about that you healing yourself from this is going to help them know how to heal themselves too. Okay, what is that? Well, that's weird. Okay, so as she's pulling her energy back, The father figure around your husband interrupted. He's like, I know I'm not allowed to say this. I know it's not, I didn't pay for a ticket, so I'm not supposed to come through. But what is the alcohol with the worm in it? Is that tequila?
I don't know. We're not really drinkers.
Only on Super Bowl and certain occasions.
What did he say?
Only on Super Bowl and certain occasions.
Is the Super Bowl coming up, or did it just
Yes,
pass?
it's coming up.
Shut up.
It's in
So
February.
who's the father figure behind him? Is his dad on the other side, or is it his grandfather? Feels like a grandfather.
It's a
I
grandfather.
got 3 of them.
He has 3.
So just know that all the men are going to be with him watching the Super Bowl then, because they're giving him tequila. I'm like, why is the tequila for? So he understood that right away.
He won't drink tequila. He's obsessed with Captain.
But somebody over there likes it. Either way, it's just a sign of hard alcohol. That, and when your husband said only on the Super Bowl or special occasions, they're like, well, that's coming up. So this is why we're giving it. We're going to be there, boy. We will be there.
Yeah, he loves football.
He goes, put money on it. They're going to win. You're right. They're going to win. Put money on it. I'm seeing my dad and all those sports tickets and stuff. So the team you think that you want to win is going to win. Go put money on it.
You heard that?
Oh, I already planned a bet.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna bet.
He already did the bet. See, his grandfather knows. He's there trying to tell him, go bet it. You know you're going to win. Bet it. Aw. All right, hon. They're pulling their energy back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, honey, when I come over to you, I just saw Timmy to just like grab you and like wrap his arms around your neck. Oh, hold on a second. I forgot. You guys sent me a package. First of all, thank you. I haven't had a chance to talk to you personally since you sent me that message. You said that you sent a package my way and that it was going to be here between 4:15 and 7:15 my time.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because he's showing me my door. Hold on a second. I'm going to look if it's there right this second. Hold on. That's funny. Oh, I see.
That would be cool, huh, Tina?
Yeah, but that's only 2 of the gifts. There's still
More
4
coming.
4 tomorrow. This was just only 1 package.
Do you know what's in it?
It's the one thing.
Oh, okay.
The
That's
better gift.
hilarious. As soon as I come to you, see, I'm doing my own thing. I'm not even like paying attention. And this is early, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 1. You still have another package tomorrow. There's 4 more things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen to me here. What is really cool about this is there's no such thing as fluke, random, or chance, synchronicity and alignment. How coincidental is it that you sent me a package and it arrives at the exact moment that I'm connecting with you so that you can see me open it 2 days early? Are you kidding?
Yeah, that is kind of crazy, actually.
That's your son. Woohoo! Okay, I can't wait to see what's in this. You guys
Oh,
are
wait,
okay?
that really is. I forgot. Today's Tuesday, not Wednesday.
Yeah.
So tomorrow you'll probably get the other thing.
Oh, I can't wait. This is so sweet of you guys. You know you didn't have to do anything, hey? Aww. And everybody gets to watch me open it. Aww. Is this a tumbler?
Yeah.
It says unique, charming, inspiring, and not a day over fabulous. Thank you. I'm almost 50. Okay, I just want to see it. Sorry, we're going to finish your reading here, but I want to see. How cool is that I get to open it right in front of you? This is such a nice box.
Maybe Tumblr. I don't know. Yeah, it has to be.
It would? Look at this. It says, sometimes you forget you are awesome, so this is your reminder. Aw, thank you guys. And it's stainless steel. I love stainless steel. That's cute.
You're welcome.
Pardon?
I said you're welcome.
There's something else in here too. What is this? This is so awesome. I did not expect this tonight. If I can get into it.
Well, something told me to check the Amazon thing, so I did, and then I was like, oh wait, I gotta tell her.
Aww. Okay, let me show everyone and then I'll read it. This is beautiful. This is a ribbon, an angel. I don't know if you can pick it up. This silver angel. Beautiful. Here, let me open it. Wow, Christina, you guys, this is so nice of you.
That's not even everything.
Aww. I drop it on the floor as I'm like taking her out. I got, in my head, I'm like looking at this angel going, where am I gonna put this? It's heavy. That's so beautiful. That's like a Christmas ornament. No, you know where it's gonna go? Right here above my computer on my light. And I'll read to you what it says. It says, thank you. Like an angel, you appeared in my life and helped me along my journey. Words cannot express how thankful I am. You were there for me when I needed comfort, kindness, and understanding. You opened your heart and lightened my load. For all you do, I am beyond blessed. You're not going to make me cry. No, cry later.
The other gifts will probably make you cry.
They're all going to make me cry, honey. I'll just do it in private. I'm wearing mascara. If I cry now, it's going to bleed and it's going to be a mess. And this is amazing. Thank you so much. I love that. And you know what I love even more is that Timmy got to show up again. This kid, I'm telling you, he is amazing at synchronicity and alignment, isn't he?
Uh-huh. Yeah, because you weren't supposed to get them until Thursday.
Yeah, but he got them here at the exact, I checked before we started because I got your message right before we started and your message said it's supposed to be, the package is supposed to be here sometime between 4 and 7. And right as I started to do your message, he's like, check the door, check the door, check the door. Okay, he aligned it for today so that you could see that open and so that you guys can hear me say my biggest thank you. You guys have no idea how much these little tokens of gratitude keep me going. You will soon because I'm in the middle of writing my book about it. Actually, I'm going to be done this book within the next week. You'd be surprised at how much spirit has been like compelling me to get this done. It is almost done. Not just that, but I figured out how to do the self-publishing through KDP self-publishing. So it's going to be done and printed and ready to go within a month or so. Fingers crossed. And it's full of stories like your guys's that keep me going. Stories like yours that inspire me and remind me how important this work is. Because, and the free readings are, because that's where I met you the first time was through the free readings, right?
Yeah, the first one. That's all it took, I guess. Timmy knew what he was doing.
He's the master of synchronicity and alignment. Okay, speaking of Timmy, let's do his reading. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Feet on the floor, my friend. All right, I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing it start at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. So right away, I saw my symbol for gratitude, and he showed me thoughts and words. So you've been thinking and talking to him a lot. He put something in the van or in the truck. I think it's in your work truck. Do you have something hanging in your work truck that's his, or do you have a memento in your work truck from his? Because he put something in there.
No. There's nothing, because the work van, I have a different one every time.
Okay, so maybe this isn't the work one then. I'm literally seeing something hanging from the, what do you call it, rear view mirror? He's hanging something.
I do not have anything hanging. Mm-mm.
You have your car back now? Because he's showing me 2 cars.
Yes.
He's decorating it. He's talking about making it yours. He's talking about decorating it. Now, when I say you have your car back, why do I feel like it either just got fixed or it needs fixing?
It just got fixed. I fixed it last Tuesday.
Oh,
We've talked about it, yeah.
I'm like, do you know what he's showing me?
Oh, he wants you to hang yours
Got
in your
it.
car.
Took me a second. They don't usually talk to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, hang it in your car. It goes in the car. Goes in the car. It goes in the car. I'm like, what do you mean it's hanging in the car? He's like, duh. Okay. Got it. And then he's giving you peanut butter. I think he's done that before. That's Boo's favorite, one of his favorite snack, hey?
Yeah, he likes to eat peanut butter sandwiches.
Have you been looking at apartments or something recently? Looking at houses?
Sort of, but I actually just was telling mom today that I really need to get over to one of the housing things that go based on the income and get my application done.
Gotcha.
So
That's what I'm seeing. It's exactly what I'm seeing, applying for low income housing, like what I used to live in. He's like, see, synchronicity and alignment. I got it done.
It's funny
That's
that I
I
said
have-
that because I just asked mom today if Tina did that yet because you had mentioned it before. So I was curious if she had applied for it yet.
Yep, that's what he's showing me. He's like, listen, it's done. This is another reason why he's emphasizing again how good he is at synchronicity and alignment. There can be waiting lists for those things, but if there is, thank him for beating the waiting list. Thank him for fast forwarding you there. Thank him for showing you how to get your application fast forwarded to the front of it. Do you see what I'm saying? Thank him for helping with that because he's making me feel like sooner rather than later, like May, June at the very latest. I can see this all being aligned before summer.
Yeah, that's why I told mom today. I was like, dang, Timmy talked about that. I got to get on that.
Yeah, because it's a synchronicity thing. It's an alignment thing, right? He's the master. He just proved today he's the master of aligning things at exactly the right moment at exactly the right time. But he wants you to know that he's been getting you ready to be ready to be ready so that when you file it, you'll be there at the exact right moment at the exact right time. What does that mean? Boo deserves to be able to do his room the way he wants to do it. He deserves to decorate his room or create his room the way he wants to do it. Something about personalizing it. Does he have his own room right now?
He does and he doesn't. I mean, he has the room that he's always had at my parents' house. Since he was little, my parents always gave him a room. But obviously, he'll have his own room. I had told my mom that I can't wait to get our 2-bedroom, a room for me and a room for him.
He wants to help him decorate it. Like I'm seeing, it's funny because I saw too many things on Amazon this Christmas when I was shopping. I shopped a lot on Amazon. What can I say? I'm busy. And so he's showing me in my head this, a bedspread or something, but it's like a game. It's like an Xbox controller or something like that. It's
Oh
like,
my gosh, shut up. That shit popped up the other day when I was on Amazon shopping for you.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, I should get that for Sharif. It's a big gaming controller, comforter, bedding set for his room. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's giving you the message that he is going to have his own room soon. This is just a matter of time. Timmy's already got it done again, that he's lining you up and that he's so excited to be able for his brother to be able to decorate his room and the way that he wants his room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's so proud of you. Feels like you're getting up every day. And while I can feel you pushing yourself to get up as well, in some mornings, you're also getting up going, at least I have a job to go to. It's like he's talking about that even if you feel a little bit tired or negative when you first get up, you're able to switch that really quickly into gratitude, and what a difference that's making in your day.
Yeah.
Have you,
Actually, since you told me about the meditating in the morning and stuff, work has been going a lot better.
that's awesome. Because he's like showing me getting some more hours or something like that as well. He's like showing me more hours or more money coming in as well. Are you just working part-time right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, over the next month, because it's going so much better and you're getting better and you're getting faster and it's getting easier, I can see those hours coming more and more and more and more and more, and a raise of some sort coming in. I feel like at the 3 month mark, you get a raise
Yeah, you gotta be a certain level to get the raise, so I'm working towards it.
sooner than you expect. When you say certain level, I saw 3 to 6 months. How long does it take to get to that level?
It- you gotta go through I'm in the nursery routes right now, so I don't know how long. I think it depends on everybody.
Well, I trust that little boy. When he says 3 to 6 months, I'm like, okay, I'll believe it. Do you still have his little suit, hun? You know that little suit that he was wearing in the pictures? That
Possibly.
little gray suit? Because he showed me that, but he showed me it like in a shadow box or something.
I think I still have it. It might be in the storage unit with everything, because I didn't get rid of everything, you know? I was
That's
telling mom about those shoes. I'm like, I gotta ask Timmy to send them those sneakers soon, because that one sneaker I have, and I don't have the other one, but that has trauma to it anyways. So he told me to get a new pair. So now I have money, so I gotta ask him to line that up.
he's like totally done. Slow this down. Why are we choking me out here? I got it. I got it. I got it. I know what he's talking about. It's going to make my eyes water one way or the other, he said. Okay, so I know why he's bringing this up, because he was just talking about you getting your own place, and he's just talking about decorating Boo's room and all that kind of stuff and how well it's been going. And I think what he's trying to show me is that when you move into that house and you get stuff out of storage, you're going to come into contact with it again. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I saw it in a box, and I'm like, is this shadow box? Is this box? I think what he's saying is that he'll be with you in that moment when you have to go through that stuff again, that he knows that that's going to be the hardest part of moving back into your house, is unboxing all of that stuff. And he needs
Mm-hmm.
you to know that in that moment he will be there with you, and there's something about getting a special box that you will keep the stuff that you want to keep in that box, and letting go. There's still some items I think that you're going to donate or get rid of. But I see him keeping that baby outfit, that little suit. I would not surprise me if you still have that, because I see that specifically. And licorice. He gave Boo licorice. What's with the licorice?
He gave him licorice that first reading too.
What is with that? Oh, I know why. I know why. I just figured it out. He's got to have it like my daughter used to have. I just saw the shirts. My daughter used to chew her shirts and his pens and things like that. Like, does Sharif ever chew on stuff? Pencils, pens, anything like that? Do you know what I mean?
He could be at school. I mean, I don't really see him do it at home, but that's probably because he knows I'd be like, why are you eating, like biting that?
He's replacing it, because when I'm like, why do you keep giving him licorice then? He took the pencil out of his mouth and gave him licorice. He's like, chew this. That's bad for your teeth. Chew this. I'm like, licorice is better for your teeth? And I'm looking at this little 19-month-old baby, and he's like, look who's saying it. Yeah. Hmm. Who's got the birthday in March, honey?
He does.
Timmy does?
Yeah. The 3rd.
Right. You'd think I would know that. He's just showing me that birthday. Oh, okay. He's showing me the rose, and then I saw the birthday cake. And then he showed me here, which is my symbol for thoughts. It says, if you've already thought about getting him a cake or celebrating his birthday again this year. And then I saw gratitude. Thank you. Have you thought about buying a cake or celebrating his birthday this year?
Yeah, and I was see last year we did a cake and Price Shopper told me that they didn't do the character cakes anymore, which they lied.
Who
And
told you
I
that?
couldn't Price Shopper. Um so we didn't have the baby shower cake that I wanted for him. So this year I'm gonna go there and tell them that they owe me some money off because last year they fucked me. Excuse
No. Isn't that funny? Hey, we're a little far away, Timmy. Okay, because he's showing me in my head. There's nothing I can do to help you. If you were closer, I would totally make the cake for you. You know that before I started doing this work, that's what I did for a living. I make those kinds of cakes. I can do those. I can make Elmo. I can make any character you want. You can also take any picture. Usually, if you know anything about baking, you can take a picture. You can take it to, I don't know where you were talking about. Must be a store in the States, but like here we have grocery stores like Safeway or Sobeys or something like that. And if you take a picture into their baking department, they can print it off in icing. They print it as like icing. And then you take that and you put it on your cake. And it's an icing picture. It's a picture printed on, or maybe not icing, but it's a picture printed on edible paper that you can put on your cake. And so as you're talking about this, he's like, you can do it. You can build my cake. And he's like showing me all this stuff. You know how to do it. And I'm like, I'm a little far away, kiddo. I'm in another country on the other side of the country as well. I don't think you're gonna, he's like telling you to say it a little differently. If you go in and say, you screwed me last year, you owe me a discount this year. It's like, I see you having trouble getting a discount that way. If you go in and you say, I need this for my little boy who passed away, and you tell them that he's on the other side and exactly what's going on, and say, last year I was here and they told me it wasn't possible, but this year I heard that it is, they're going to feel so bad that you're going to get a big discount on top of that. Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm not a mean person. I wouldn't have went in there and said it like that.
Okay. Well, that's how you said it to me. So he's like, make sure she doesn't say it that way. Because,
He knows me by now.
go ahead.
He should know me.
Yeah, but he does know how upset that made you last year, or how
I was upset.
I can feel that. So he's like saying that when you talk to them, make sure that doesn't come up because he's already got it lined up so that you'll get a discount on that this year and it's going to be perfect. And it looks purple. What is his favorite color?
Blue.
I'm almost giggling because I'm seeing it look more like purple. And he goes, well, if they screw up the color, it's all good.
It's Aunt Amy's favorite color.
Purple?
Yep.
Aww. He's
I'll
just so,
just order it purple then.
he doesn't care either way. He's just making me feel like whoever is doing this cake may screw up the color a little bit or may, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The color may come through looking a little more purple than blue. If it does, that's just him being able to see ahead a little bit because they have access to all of time on that side, the past, the present, the future, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just excited for his birthday. He's like, I know it's a month away, but I'm still excited. And he gets up and goes to work with you in the morning and he's loving it. Are you drinking coffee? Do you drink coffee first thing in the morning? I'm doing
Yeah.
this. Is there something about changing the coffee or changing the place that I get it from or the where I'm getting it or what I'm drinking?
I drink it at home. I used to go to Dunkin' every morning. Well, every time before work. But now I haven't been doing that because coffee makes you pee more than just regular water and stuff. And it's also dehydrating and I'm out on the road.
That's what he's
So
talking about. That's what, just another specific piece of information that I can't know that proves that he is watching over you. Because he's talking about changing the way that you're drinking the coffee or whatever you're doing around the coffee, that we made a change around that. So the fact that you made that change and now you don't have to pee as often is making your trip better. He likes that. He just needs you to know that he's there, that he's really proud of you, that he's very happy that you are able to communicate with him and know that he is listening and able to communicate back, and know that his skills and abilities around synchronization have not changed. He is still with you, and probably the most powerful child spirit I have ever dealt with. Ever. So now as he pulls his energy back, he's all excited for benefits to kick in. Feels like within like a couple of months, the benefits are starting to kick in. I see 3 months. Do you have benefits in this job?
I don't know. Because I'm part-time. I'm not sure unless I end up going full-time.
That could be a sign that this full-time, because what did he say earlier too, that the hours are going to start increasing, and now he's showing me benefits as he's pulling his energy back. And that's exactly what he's talking about. He just said he can see the future as well. It's just a matter of you're on your way there. You might not be there yet, but you're on your way. And he's showing that's exactly how he's wrapping this up. He's like, Mom, I'm so proud of you that, you know what, every day is getting better and better and better. The hours are going to come in more full time. You're going to get a raise, that the benefits are coming in, and life is going back to, I don't want to say normal, but it's going back to good. I want to say it's a new normal, and it's about finding a new happiness in the present with him in just a different way. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now they're pulling their energy back, you guys, and poor
Hopefully you get the other package tomorrow, because then you can just message me and thank me. And then I don't have to like wait until I get home Thursday night.
I will message you as soon as I get it. I'll take pictures and I will send it to you. And I'm also going to post some pictures and put it online. I'm going to wait till I have everything though.
Did you get little gift tags in there or no?
I honestly,
Because I wrote little gift tags on every single gift.
see, I didn't even look, honey. I was so excited about what was in here. I didn't look. Oh, yes, I did. Amy and I want to thank you for everything you have and continue to do for our family. We love you so much. Aw, thank you guys so much. Is there another one? So yeah, just ripped open. See, this is me in presents. I'm not shy. Rip that sucker open. Yeah, that's the only one that came in it, but I guess that was for both. Yeah.
I guess so. I thought I put all of them, but maybe not.
Well, it's in the bottom. It goes for both. Like both presents came in the one box, so. Thank you guys so much. Know how much that means to me, and that for me is fuel and inspiration to keep reminding myself and how important these messages are, these readings are. Sometimes, and today, just let me say this too. I needed this today as well. I needed that gratitude, I think, today as well, because today somebody tried to scam me. Somebody booked back in the end of December. They went on my website. They bought 2 readings. One for that day had to be rescheduled. Thank God, because the day that she paid for was already taken, but somebody paid a different way, so it didn't reflect on the website. But anyway, so she went on my website back in the end of December, bought 2 readings. One for the end of December and one for yesterday. And then as soon as our reading was over yesterday, which she showed up for both readings, I did both readings, she thanked me told me they were great, was there for the whole, you know me, I'm there for a little longer than the hour. I was there for like an hour and 20 minutes. And then she promptly called the bank and reported that it was a fraudulent payment on her card and said she had no idea how that got on her card. She didn't authorize that charge. So they came and reflected it to me and billed me that almost $500 in 2 readings that I did and performed. I did the whole service. So now I have to wait for the dispute resolution to go through and the bank to like clear it. And thank God that we had to reschedule that reading because there's communication back and forth from the bank from email, from determining that she did book this, that she knew about it, she rescheduled it and everything. So sometimes I'm telling you, these little trinkets and these tokens of appreciation mean more to me than you could ever understand, because you just never know if the work that you're doing is being appreciated or not, you know. And on a day like today where that was heartbreaking, because I worked my butt off for those 2 readings and they were actually really good readings. And so to have somebody do that to me, it just kind of takes the wind out of my sails, you know what I mean? So to finish off with this kind of stuff, that's
So
perfect.
Timmy knew what he was doing.
What?
Timmy knew what he was doing.
He does. He's such a smart boy, I'm telling you. Like I said, the strongest child spirit I've ever dealt with. Okay, and on that note, I'm going to go rest my brain now. So thank you guys all for being here. I hope that this was helpful for all of you. I love you guys all so much, and I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday. You two, I know, are going to be here next Tuesday.
Oh, wait.
All
Bye.
right. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Nice to
Bye.
meet you guys. Take care.